Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Austin Perry Show. I'm your host, Austin Perry, and today is Sunday, April 18th, 2021, and this is episode 12. And here on the Austin Perry Show, we talk about current events, politics, culture, and news. And you can find all of my video content on Rumble and BitChute and Brighteon. Those are the three social media platforms that I am utilizing right now. You can find all my videos there. Once again, that's Rumble, BitChute, and Brighteon. Check them out. They advocate for free speech. They support free speech. That's why I use them. That's why I like them. You can visit my website. It is AustinParry.org. That's P-A-R-R-Y, AustinParry.org. Check it out. You can find my video content there. You can find merchandise for sale. You can find my artwork for sale. I do paintings and illustrations as well. And if you would like, please leave me a donation. You can do that via PayPal. My email address for that is austin.parry@gmail.com. Once again, that's P-A-R-R-Y. That helps to support my content. I am just a regular working class man trying to bring you information and trying to bring you the news. And if you would like to support me, please leave me a donation via PayPal. Thank you very much. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get on to the news. And I have several news articles printed up from online to talk to you about. And the first article we have here today is from thesmokinggun.com. And here we have it. The title is, Cops, Nobody Was Behind the Wheel of a Tesla Involved in a Fatal Texas Crash. And I've been thinking about this. I've thought about this for a while now. If they wanted to assassinate you, they could easily just hack into your car that has autonomous mode, and they could just wreck you into a big oak tree or a light pole going 50, 60 miles an hour. You would die, and they would just blame it on a glitch. And here's an article from The Smoking Gun. Let's read here. There was no driver behind the wheel of a Tesla that last night crashed into a tree and burst into flames, costing the two occupants their lives, Texas police reported. Investigators say the 2019 Tesla Model S was traveling at a high rate of speed when it approached a slight curve in Spring, a Houston suburb. Instead of navigating the bend, the fully electric car drove straight off the road and struck a tree. Two men aged 59 and 69 died in the crash when their bodies were recovered from the Tesla wreckage, as seen above. Neither man was seated behind the wheel, cops say. One victim was in the front passenger seat while the other was in the back seat. Investigators suspect that the vehicle was running in Tesla's autopilot mode, which the manufacturer says enables your car to steer, accelerate, and brake automatically within its lane. However, the feature does not make the car autonomous and requires active driver supervision, according to Tesla's website. Here it is, thesmokinggun.com, document cam shot. There's the title, Nobody Was Behind the Wheel of a Tesla Involved in Fatal Texas Crash. And there's the photo of the wrecked Tesla, if you can see that. And so, that's kind of scary that these cars in autopilot mode are getting into fatal crashes. I don't really trust them. I know that a lot of vehicles have semi-autonomous modes, whereas if you're driving and you get too close and you're about to rear end somebody, your brakes will auto-engage. Or if you have like a all-wheel drive system, the car is using a computer to determine how much acceleration and how much power gets delivered to which wheel. And then other cars have features where they can park themselves in parallel parking spots. And so they are braking autonomously, accelerating autonomously, steering autonomously. And that's not even Tesla's autopilot mode. That's just like most of the new cars have these features. So cars are getting kind of scary. It's kind of turning into an iRobot situation. Here we have it, thesmokinggun.com. Nobody was behind the wheel of a Tesla involved in fatal Texas crash. So it's happening more than you think. This is just one article here. There's a lot of these online. You can look into it yourself. I encourage you to do your own research, look up these topics, and find out for yourself what's actually going on with these autonomous cars that are getting in fatal crashes. And do you really want to be in an autopilot mode and then your car just suddenly gets into a crash. I mean, I would rather just drive the car myself, and if I do end up getting in an accident, I'll be like, oh, well, that was my fault, or oh, that was the person that hit me. I mean, you could be just driving your car and then someone else wrecks into you and they're like, oh, I was in autopilot mode. I don't know what happened. It's like, oh, well, yeah, you just ran into me in autopilot mode. So something to think about. And let's go ahead and move on to the next article here. Attack of the drones, the mystery disappearing swarms in the U.S. Midwest. Here we have it from theguardian.com. Attack of the drones. There it is. Mystery drones in the Midwest. There was a huge swarm of them. It was witnessed by many people, and then out of nowhere, the swarm disappeared. Swarm of drones. There 1 second, gone the next. And let's read a little bit of this article here. Ahead of him, he noticed blinking lights in the sky. He heard rumors of mysterious drones, whispers in his local community. But now he was seeing them with his own eyes. In the early morning gloom, it was hard to make out how big the lights were and how many were hovering above him. But one thing was clear to Montoya. He needed to give chase. As he approached the drones in his car, they took off very fast, and Montoya tried to follow. He confesses hitting 120 miles an hour before losing track of them. What? They were creepy, really creepy, he says. I don't know how to describe it, but almost as if they were watching us. Swarm of drones. This man saw them and gave chase. Started going 120 miles an hour, they outran his car. That night, Vince Iovanelli, deputy sheriff at Morgan County Sheriff's Office, received more than 30 calls from local reports reporting drones zipping around all over the place. Iovanella said himself saw one with red, white, and green lights that he also tried to chase. It outran me, he recalls. Meanwhile, neighboring Nebraska and Kansas were also dealing with their own mystery drone swarms. From December 2019 to January 2020, residents of the three states were perturbed by multiple sightings of numerous unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, with wingspans of up to 6 feet flying between 6 p.m. and 10 p.m. grid formations. On the same night that Iovanella was receiving calls, a Nebraska deputy reported seeing 30 to 50 drones in the sky. Witnesses were alarmed by the size and speed of these vehicles. It got to the point where we were fixing to take up arms, says Mike 39 from Linden, Colorado, who wishes to retain partially anonymous. But as quickly as the drones came, they disappeared. That was it. They were gone, Montoya says. More than a year later, no one knows who was behind the drones, despite an investigation involving the FBI, U.S. Air Force, and Federal Aviation Administration, the FAA. There are no official answers. Amazon, Google, and Uber have denied involvement, and so did the local Air Force base. Somebody's doing something, and nobody's saying anything about it. Well, there you have it, theguardian.com. Attack of the drones, the mystery disappearing swarms of drones in the U.S. and Midwest. So there are random drones that are appearing in swarms. People are chasing them. They're getting outrun. I know that a lot of the drones can go in excess of 180 miles an hour. This man says he was chasing them in his vehicle going 120 and they outran him. And that's really creepy. There's just swarms of drones in the sky. I mean, that's, I guess, what the future is going to look like once Amazon starts delivering all these packages with drones. But I don't think that's a good thing, because it's going to be like a Black Mirror episode where they could just attack people with the drones. They could just put guns on the drones. And so I think we need to limit the drones. I think we should only have a certain amount. I'm not sure how I feel about drone travel, just like I just read you the article about how Tesla cars are wrecking in an autonomous mode. Same thing could be with a drone transport. If a drone picks you up from one location and flies you to another location, just like a helicopter pilot, but with a helicopter it's being manned by an actual human pilot. And a drone, susceptible to hacking, susceptible to glitching, susceptible to being inadequate at driving the vehicle or piloting a vehicle or a drone compared to a human. And so Who knows where these drones came from? They could have been from China. They could have been from different corporations that are doing testing. It could have been military drones. Hard to say, but there you have it. TheGuardian.com. Drones flying around, freaking people out. And there it is. Let's move on to the next article. NationalFile.com. U.S. government caught buying fresh aborted baby flesh. Alex Jones proven right once more. Well, here we have it. NationalFile.com, document cam shot. And there is the title. U.S. government caught buying fresh aborted baby flesh. So, I have been talking about this for a while. They are keeping the aborted babies alive. They are harvesting their organs. They are harvesting their flesh. They are making tons of money in this black market operation. Not only do they harvest the organs and the skin and the brain and the eyeballs and the liver and everything, but after they perform these abortions of a 9-month-old fetus, they don't kill and harvest the baby right away. They keep it on machines, keeping the baby alive for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, 6 months. Who knows? They got to plump them up so they can get even better organs, even healthier organs, so that they can be used for different purposes. And if you think it's not happening, I suggest that you look into it for yourself, do your own research, come to your own conclusions. Don't take my word for it. Don't take National File's word for it. But I'm just letting you know it's going on. It's a huge black market industry. They're making tons of money on this. They use it for all different types of things, organ transplants. They're conducting different types of scientific experiments. They are using the aborted fetuses for satanic ceremonies where they are eating fetuses and they are drinking the blood. It's all kinds of sick stuff going on, and people need to hear about it. People need to know about this. People need to not shy away from this information, because that's how they get away with this stuff, folks, because people are too scared to even acknowledge that it's going on when it's happening right in front of your nose. And let's read a little bit from the article here. Last week, legal accountability group Judicial Watch released a lengthy report indicating that the U.S. government buys and traffics fresh aborted baby parts, according to the Federalist. These body parts, purchased by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration to humanize mice and test biological drugs in scientific experiments, came from babies up to 24 weeks old gestation, just weeks from being born, reported Eddie Heppel. It has previously been reported that abortion groups harvested aborted babies for research. However, this new report has sparked outrage among Americans upon the revelation that U.S. government is the entity responsible for the trafficking of these aborted babies. Wow. And let's continue here. Recent emails uncovered by Judicial Watch between FDA employees and the California-based Advanced Bioscience Resources, ABR, prove the agency spent tens of thousands of dollars buying aborted babies for unethical scientific experiments between 2012 and 2018. In 2018, the Trump administration terminated the contract, halting government fetal tissue research due to concerns that contracts were unlawful. Judicial Watch's new FOIA request adds 575 pages of records to its existing 2019 lawsuit against the agency, wrote Heppel. Email correspondence between the FDA and ABR highlight discussions between the aborted baby harvesting. I am enclosing my signed application for tissues. I have received a copy of the contract and that was completed, and you should be prepaid for $12,000 of tissue purchase, said Dr. Christina Howard in the publicly released email. We will be using fetal liver and thymus to isolate CD34 plus hematopoietic stem cells, HSC, and to implant fetal liver and thymus tissues into severely immune compromised mice. Wow, that sounds like some kind of weird, evil experiment. Additionally, the mice are transplanted with the HSC isolated from the same donor tissue, resulting in a bone marrow liver thymus BLT humanized mouse. That's a human animal clone chimera hybrid, folks. That's what that is. The procedure permits the full reconstruction of human immune system in a mouse and will permit us to test biological drug products in these mice. The report indicates that most purchases are for intact thymuses and livers shipped fresh on wet ice. Well, it's going on. It's happening. I'm not lying. I'm not fibbing. I'm talking about the real hard-hitting news here. I'm talking about hardcore topics. I'm talking about thought-provoking, enlightening issues here. And people need to really start thinking about these things. People need to not sweep this under the rug. People need to not put this in the back of their mind. Babies are dying, and they're just selling them and using them for experiments and using them for evil purposes. And in some cases, they're aborting these 9-month-old pregnant women, and they pull the baby out, they keep it alive, they don't kill it, and then they sell it on the black market into the slave trade. And so instead of terminating the fetus, they keep the fetus alive, and then they sell it to be a sex slave. And there's hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of sex slaves worldwide. And they have underground facilities. They've got sex dungeons. I mean, I'm talking about high-level government people involved in this kind of stuff. The highest level. I'm talking about royalty. I'm talking about dignitaries. I'm talking about economic leaders and industry leaders are all involved in this stuff. What do you think was going on Jeffrey Epstein's private island nicknamed Pedophile Island? Pedo Island, or Paradise Island was the more better name for it, or whatever, the nicer name for it, but more commonly known as Pedo Island. Little St. James in the Caribbean. Jeffrey Epstein's private island. What do you think was going on there? They were blackmailing people. They were diddling little kids. Where do you think they get these kids? All kinds of different places, including stealing aborted fetuses that they tell the mother, oh, don't worry, we're just going to take this into the next room and we're going to just get rid of it. Don't worry, it's aborted now. It's fine. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to have the baby anymore. Just give us the $400 for the abortion. And little do these mothers know, they pay like whatever, $400, $500 to get an abortion, to literally have doctors rip out their 8 to 9 month old baby, and then they think they're just terminating the baby. They think they're just killing it. But in reality, if they were to actually birth the baby and then sell it, there are so many different groups worldwide that would pay up to $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 in some instances to adopt these babies. But they have to pay money for the adoption process, and they're paying a lot of money, especially for different genetic combinations. Like if you want green eyes, black hair, white skin, you're going to pay like $500,000, $600,000. Go ahead and go and try and do it. If you're, whatever, 35, 40-year-old couple, man and a woman, and you don't want to biologically have a baby, you want to go, adopt a baby, buy a baby, whatever, same thing. Go ahead and try and get a blue eyes, fair-skinned, black-haired infant. You know how much money you're going to pay for that? A lot. That's a premium, folks. And these mothers got an 8-month, 9-month pregnancy, and they're like, oh no, I can't have this baby. I got to get rid of it. I got to go pay $400, $500 to get rid of this baby. And then they're not even getting rid of the baby. They're selling it into sex slavery, when what they should have done was they should have just birthed the baby. The baby would have stayed alive. It would have got a way better home where it actually would have been loved and cared for, and the mother would have got hundreds of thousands of dollars. So there you have it, nationalfile.com. U.S. government caught buying fresh aborted baby flesh. Alex Jones proven right once more. And he was totally right. Alex Jones has been talking about this forever, folks. So look into it for yourself. Do your own research. Don't take my word for it. I'm just trying to shed light on these topics that I think people need to really start thinking about. And people need to not just sweep this under the rug. This is a very large issue. I mean, this concerns the soul of humanity. I mean, are we going to just go along with this evil, or are we going to stand up for the unborn, or stand up for the young humans? I say we stand up. And let's move on. TruthinPlainsight.com. Bizarre video shows man swimming underwater wearing face mask. So I saw this video. I printed up this article about it here, about the video that I saw. It was truly bizarre. Man swimming underwater with his N95 face mask, clean-shaven face, N95 pressed firmly against his face. He is breathing in water and through there. And then he comes up out of the water, and he doesn't even, like, lift the mask up so the water can come out. He just, he's like, still has full water in his N95 mask, and then just tries to keep breathing, and he like kind of repositions it a little bit, but he doesn't even bring it down to get air after he just came out of the pool water. He has a mask full of water, and he doesn't even let the water out. That's how brainwashed these people are. Document cam shot. Here it is. Bizarre video shows man wearing mask while swimming underwater. And this is from TruthinPlainsight.com. Let us read. The context of the incident isn't known, but it appears as though the individual has been so terrorized by the relentless propaganda that he feels the need to cover his face even while underwater, despite this being a potential drowning hazard. Yeah, you could definitely drown. As we previously highlighted, many people have taken to wearing face masks during strenuous exercise, despite warnings that this could lead to serious breathing difficulties. Yeah, you could hyperventilate and from oxygen deprivation just have a seizure and die. People in Spain were also initially ordered to wear face masks while swimming in the sea, although the decision was reversed after a backlash. Respondents to the clip expressed their confusion. Yeah. Who's wearing a mask while swimming? Who's wearing a mask, period? Honestly, does the mask do anything except give people gingivitis and bad breath and bacterial pneumonia and lung infections and stripped identity and a feeling of slavery and oppression and depression? I mean, what else is the mask doing? I mean, it's not protecting people. I mean, there's no science behind it. The mask is all about making people compliant and obedient and docile, and it's all about following orders, and it's all about getting people to comply. They want you to comply. They want you to wear your face mask, even underwater. And who cares if you drown? You better wear that mask. And here is a photograph of the man in question wearing his mask underwater. Look at that N95 mask tight on his face. He comes up from underneath the water, does not remove the mask full of water. He just tries to breathe the water in, I guess. I don't know. What are you doing, bro? Like, what is that? Wow. Truly, truly amazing and astounding and just shocking that a man is so terrorized by the propaganda and the brainwashing that after he comes up from underwater in a pool, he doesn't even take his mask down to get a breath. He just continues breathing in the water. He's probably going to drown. I mean, I hope not, but wow. And the last article we have for tonight is from Breitbart.com. Fauci says, wear a mask after vaccination so you don't spread virus to others. Well, here we have it. Breitbart.com. There is Fauci, the criminal. Wear a mask after vaccination so you don't spread virus to others. Well, isn't that just admitting that the vaccine doesn't do anything? What does the vaccine do? Honestly, if you can still get sick, if you can still spread the virus, why would you even get a vaccine? National Institutes of Allergy and Infectious Diseases Director Anthony Fauci, NIAID, said Sunday on CNN's State of the Union that vaccinated Americans should wear masks so they will not inadvertently transfer the coronavirus to someone else. Anchor Dana Bash asked, I do want to ask about the coronavirus restrictions still in effect even for fully vaccinated Americans. Some vaccinated Americans may want to feel like they don't need to wear masks outdoors around others. You have been touting how effective the vaccine is. So what is the scientific reasoning that it isn't safe for vaccinated Americans to do those things? Fauci said, the issue is it depends on what you mean by safe and relative risks. Let me explain, Dana. The first thing you have to realize when you get vaccinated, your risk of getting effective dramatically diminishes is very low. So then the question is, why are these restrictions? There are because in certain circumstances, one can get vaccinated, have no clinical disease at all, but get infected and not even know and have replication of virus in your nasal pharynx and inadvertently transfer it to someone else who might actually be unvaccinated and get ill. So, apparently the vaccine does nothing. You can still get sick. Arguably, the vaccine is actually doing damage. There have been reports of adverse reactions and potentially death from getting the vaccine. Look into it for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Do your own research. But Fauci, right here, according to Breitbart and other sources, says that if you get vaccinated, you could still spread the sickness. And so this is all just about the New World Order takeover. This is all about medicalization. They're just getting people to wear the mask no matter what. And what happened to our freedoms? What happened to our liberties, honestly? And this is just getting people to be in the mindset that, oh, humans are bad. Oh, no, humans are sick. Humans are the bad boogeyman that I have to be afraid of. I can't get close to another human. Oh no. I can't kiss a woman. I can't hold hands with somebody. I can't give grandma a hug. I might get them sick because I'm nasty. I'm unhealthy. I'm sick. I'm a bad person. That's what they want everyone to think about everybody else. When in reality, we're constantly sharing bacteria and viruses and interacting and interfacing with everyone we come in contact with on a daily basis. When you go out and you touch a doorknob and then you rub your eye, when you go and you breathe in other people's breath, or if someone sneezes and you're 10 feet away and you breathe in a small little aerosolized particle, or if you go to the bathroom and you sit on a toilet seat, or whatever you do, wherever you go, your immune system is strengthening itself and building itself by interacting with other viruses and bacteria and human skin cells that enter your body. And so basically, you don't want to live in a sterile environment, folks. You don't want to be the bubble boy. You actually get stronger by interfacing with more people and coming in contact with more viruses and bacteria. Now, it's a balance. You don't want to be completely sterile. You don't want to be the bubble boy. But at the same time, you don't want to go roll around and poop all the time. And you don't want to have unprotected sex with a bunch of nasty hookers or something like that. You know, it's a balance. You can get sick from overexposure to too many bad viruses and bacteria. But you can get sick from not having enough exposure either, because your immune system will become weakened. Everybody knows this. If you don't believe me, look into it for yourself. Once again, this is the article from Breitbart.com talking about how Fauci says even if you're vaccinated, you still have to wear the mask, making humans seem like they're dirty and nasty and bad, and you want to stay away from other humans. You want to be isolated, which is not healthy for humans' psyche. It's not healthy for humans' emotional state. And something people should be thinking about, and that's why I'm bringing light to it, and that's why I'm talking about it. And that concludes the the articles that I have to talk to you about. And I want to say, if you want to find my videos, you can find them on the 3 main social media platforms that I'm utilizing to post my videos on. Those 3 are Rumble, BitChute, and Brighteon. They support free speech. That's why I'm posting my videos on those websites. You can also go to my personal website. My main website is AustinParry.org, and that is P-A-R-R-Y, AustinParry.org. And if you think I'm doing a good job bringing you the truth, talking about the hard-hitting topics, talking about issues that people need to know about, and things that could potentially help to waken up the population and help to enlighten everybody, and you think I'm doing a good job with that, please leave me a donation. I am planning on continuing this show and increasing the production quality of this show and bringing you better guests and bringing you better production quality. And I have a lot of plans for this show. And if you would like to support a middle-class, free-thinking content creator, then please leave me a donation via PayPal. You can do that with my email address, which is austin.parry@gmail.com. P-A-R-R-Y is how it's spelled, austin.parry@gmail.com. Please leave me a donation via PayPal. I will be eternally grateful. That will help me with expenses into the future. $5, $10, any little bit helps. Thank you so much, folks. I want to say thank you so much for watching, and once again, this is Austin Parry signing out on this Sunday, April 18th, 2021, episode 12, Austin Parry Show edition. And thank you so much for watching. Love and peace. Have a good night, and goodbye.